I can't do that.
Aggravated night long. Who knows? My mom is doing good.
I don't know, that's a good. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good view of you from there. Oh, here she comes. Can we help Julie with that funding? Anything else, Julie?
Yeah.
So let me just see if I need to angle it a little bit more, so I make sure I get your face. Um, all right.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of the assumptions, right?
Morning, morning.
So we have some Jamaican patty. Come on, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
We can, Carrie, we can put them on the other table, if we just spread it out over there.
Wow, that's so good. A Jamaican, yo, I
Yeah.
promise you, maybe like
We
a
have
week
some.
ago or something, I said I wish I could get a real better dinner. Boy, I mean. Thank
We
you
got
so
a
much.
cooler full of drinks, so that's
Okay,
good.
all right.
Yeah, we got lots of drinks, some plates and napkins, so we should be good.
Okay.
All right, so welcome everyone. This is Tuesday and it's Triumph Community Book Study, and this is our 5th week, I believe, right?
Yes.
And we have one more week after this, as we're going through this awesome book, The Four Agreements. And so we're just getting started. We welcome you to hit like and share. If you are not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, please just hit that little bell. And I think I have to adjust the audio, but hit that bell so that you'll subscribe to the channel, and this way you'll get alerts when we're coming live. I'm Reverend Lady Mother Sandra Addison Brito, and we're here live at 950 Bergen Street in Newark. So we welcome you in this virtual space, and we welcome you if you're in the community, come on down. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our host, Jessica, and we just welcome our community as they're coming in.
Y'all, we made it. Thank God, as I say, what I gotta do. Made it Tuesday. And, it's really funny how like, I go through this book and then like, the thing, I'm like, dang, this is flip. Like, I should probably not assume that.
Assumptions, yeah, that was really heavy. Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna pull a card first and then I'm not gonna hold you. I have a hello, hello, hello. I am tired. Honestly, that's wonderful.
We do.
I love that for y'all. Yes, I love that. That's good. But I have a gripe with something in this chapter.
Well, I don't like the white magical and black magical.
I have a gripe. I have something in here that I completely disagree with, and of course, I was taking with that. But before I do, these are some affirmation cards from a visual artist. Her name is St. Louis, I believe, so, and I think she's based in Atlanta. So they're literally like all the drawings that are on the cards, like she drew herself, like and she's illustrated all of it. So I'm like, having a big card, so let's see what, that's what's up. So this card says embrace all that is you. You could pass it around. Such a beautiful, beautiful card there. My mother got it for me. So moving. I'm like, here's a present. So I had a gripe with,
So I'm gonna ask Jamie,
Yes.
if maybe just if you could switch your bag, maybe switch your chair so that I can make sure that we see you.
when I said, up here for
It don't matter.
Okay, this will work. Excuse me. Trying to get the camera straight. Okay. I think that's good.
So on page 64, there's a sentence in the second paragraph that says, all the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. What do y'all think about that? I personally don't agree, but I'm interested in what y'all thoughts are on the reasoning for all the sadness and drama that you've lived being rooted in assumptions and taking it personally.
I think that's interesting. So I think one's response to the drama is one thing. The cause of the drama could be something else. I'm just thinking out
Mhm.
loud here. You know,
Right.
how you respond to what happens could create unnecessary drama or could exacerbate the drama versus what happened to you. So for example, I've shared this before. I'm 1.5 years old. We have a fire in our apartment and we're burnt out. I certainly didn't have any assumptions about fire at that young age, but my response to that was a traumatic response. It was quite traumatic. So that didn't happen because I had an assumption about fires or anything. It happened. It just happened. And my response to it is something else, I think.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Thank God, thanks for assumption. I assume, there's some real hard life things that happen. You walking down the street and somebody rape you, that's not an assumption, you get raped. So bad, and then, real life, yeah, we want to be real game, like the brother said, when you go outside, that's. I'll never forget that. That's a scary movie, so that's real fact. That ain't no assumption. Okay, this is what we experience, so I think he might have just got a little off the edge on that one, on substance, things happen in our life. That's life fact. We have no control over it. Also, I've got to be negative, I'll be negative. Then you never know what's behind.
True.
I was just like, I read that line. Yeah. I don't agree. That's for clarification. Cause I'm like. Similarly. Some things happen. Sometimes people do things, don't make no sense. Hurt your feelings. The sadness and drama that comes from that happening is not because like. Well, if this person was a friend or a family member or whatever. Yeah, their job is to like care. It's like, someone's feelings get hurt because. Or like there's sadness and drama, like it's not because I made an assumption about somebody. Now, disappointment is a different. Right? When you feel like you assume that somebody will do something that they don't do, and then you get disappointed from that. That's the different thing, right? Because there's an assumption there, unless there was clear communication, which later on down this chapter, I realized I like to like rephrase things sometimes, like in order for them to make sense to me. And so when I read like, don't make assumptions, I was just like, okay, whatever. But then as I continued reading, what it sounded like to me was communicate clearly. That's what the agreement sounds like, as opposed to like, don't do this. Sometimes I feel like we just, it's all about phrasing. Like my mom used to say, like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I was like, once I framed it in that way, where I was like, oh, this is just telling me to communicate very clearly and communicate well. And also like ask questions. Ask questions, be courageous. Right? Like that's what I felt like the chapter was actually really giving me, as opposed to like telling me, don't do this. But whenever I hear don't do, I'm like, don't tell me what I'm not gonna do. Like I'm gonna do what I want. But I have a couple of quotes from here, but I wanted to open it up to anybody who may have heard something in this chapter that was really, really good, or something that you've been meditating on before I get into this.
I'm on page 70. Real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means we don't really like them. Of course, if you decide to live with someone, if you make that agreement, it is better to make that agreement with someone who's exactly the way you want him or her to be. But is that true? I mean, do we all get into a relationship and, it's always fairy tale and everything's nice, and then, everybody real life is, everybody has their own agenda, so I thought that was kind of interesting that he would say that, don't change them. I know, I've been married 40 plus years, and I know for a fact that my husband had to change. He was a mama boy. And yeah, he's a mama. He slacks onto her hips. And I love my mother-in-law, but I was like, listen, dude, we got real things that's gotta go on, so at some point, I don't, you have to let go of the apron. And, that was hard for him. So, and yeah, it's hard, and he'll tell you that, it's like, it come between you and my mom, who's going with, He said, hear that whole time.
My mother wake up, I'm grabbing on slippers, on the floor for that.
Yeah.
Bath, waterfall.
Yeah,
I sure.
yeah,
She wanted to go out, see my mom, she wanted to.
yeah. Well, they said if you treat your mom good, you're gonna have a good husband. That he knows how to treat a woman. So that was
That's a fact.
I thought that was quite
My phone
interesting.
was and she's proud of me. Wow, I ain't hear that. Oh,
Really? That's amazing. Wow,
Finally started hitting saying she's proud of me.
wow, I
Most
love
people
it.
take a flight from me. Yeah.
Yeah,
They coming back to you.
okay.
Blessing, man.
Oh, yeah, that's great, especially when it comes from the
I
mama.
was
Yeah.
doing
When it comes from the mama, yeah, Yeah.
Power for me and everything.
right, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought I grabbed my power back.
yes, that's awesome. The light ones are vegans or vegetables, and other ones are beef and chicken. Light ones, yeah, yeah.
So, when I let you get the power, and I started distancing myself, family, my mom, and I get real down. Once I started distancing myself,
Right,
I let the guys kept up with me and started going off fast and started, wow.
wow. So you had to get that under, yeah,
Now I got, school.
right. And you're moving forward, and your mama's proud of you. I love it, I love it, yeah. I love it. And so you changed for your own self.
Yeah, I changed
Yeah,
myself.
right,
Yeah.
so it wasn't
It wasn't
about,
about me. no more.
well, it wasn't about,
Yeah,
isn't that
about my
strange?
son.
Once you forgot about you and began to see other people, your kid and everything else, then that's when the transformation came.
So,
Oh,
always about me.
right,
Buying, I used to like buying out bars, so like when I used to go, I used to buy out sessions, and
really?
I was into that type of life. And I
Wow,
ain't get me nowhere. It didn't get me nowhere. It got me around negative people. People that try to rob me and beat me with golf clubs and people I still with.
Wow, and these are supposed you thought was.
Smacked
your
me right in my
friend.
head. As soon as I came out, golf club, whacked me right in my head.
Wow, and you thought it was
And
your
the thing
friend,
is, we all get called together. We was done. Well, I
right,
come out, so I get the attention, I'm dressed up. I'm real respectful of people when I go places. I'm like, hi, you say you got a man, I don't respect it. Leave you alone.
right,
So, and it was just hate all around the board. My friend had told me, yo, watch him, watch. I came out, a little tipsy, and when that's a golf club, whack, right to my face. It was my own boy.
wow,
Split my head open and like praise God, I'm there. I walk right down, head busted in there, I stuck my head like that,
mm,
put the floor right, then I just walked. Flat out right there.
just jealousy, haters,
Yeah, man. That's what made me left that right once I couldn't do it. anymore. Like people will judge me now. When I walk outside, they see my tattoos and must be a gang member and all. I'm not no gang member.
it's assumption, you just come out.
All it- Everything I got on,
Right.
the mean stuff right now. I don't gang, I've never been in no gang, I respect everybody who they is, but me, I'm my own man. So man, I'm not following the leader. You wanna follow anybody, you wanna follow me. If you wanna follow me doing the right thing, you ain't gonna follow me doing nothing negative. That ain't something I want from you. I sleep peaceful. Wake up happy. You know, I might not wake up financially stable and all that, but
But it's still happening, you
like
got
God,
peace,
I get there. Working process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got peace,
I got hit off cars, bounced off cars, I stabbed up cars. You think I'm out here for a reason?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here for a reason.
yeah,
But God still got me.
it's cocoa bread, yeah.
A lot of friends turned their back on me. A lot. I really don't got family anymore. I don't got no family anymore. It's just
Do
me.
you think, do you think they were really your friends though, at that point?
It was the money,
Okay,
you know, the intimidation. When I was sitting around people, like, I wouldn't come around me and they feel like I was their protector. They come up to me and
uh-huh,
I used to be into the little street thing. I just call shots and do what I want, but I don't want that no more. Eventually, you're gonna be a target. I'm like, I don't got time.
mhm.
Thought about my mother. She gotta walk these streets. My son, my baby mother.
Right,
I ain't gonna trouble going on again. Some things. I'm proud of myself.
good,
Real proud.
and what's up here?
Yeah.
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 Okay. It's just assumption. You know? Great,
I still be,
I'm proud of you.
I still be a little stressed out to this day, but you don't never see it like the way I used to before. I know.
But you know what? You're getting there. You're getting it. Like you said, it's a work in progress. You know, and that's what all of us really basically, you know, it's all a work in progress, like. It's really, real estate is life experience, you know, they don't prepare you for it. You know, you know, all the stuff that was going on, I was not prepared.
Yeah, there's not a, we know our parents are, you know, raise a child up in the way they should go. But like, you know, I personally think it would be wonderful, I feel like it would work for me to have an instruction. You know, it would be really cool, like, be able to just have a piece of paper, a book.
Right.
That help me, just so I could reference. You know, sometimes people say things you don't remember. And sometimes like you just need it right for you. To be like, all right, cool. I mean, so I really do wish. I think if I had the opportunity to like create a utopia, everybody who's born into it would get a like just
A
get a
reference
book.
book?
Yeah, like a reference book for life. Like you can use it, you cannot use it. It's not giving Bible, but it's giving like, you know,
Life instruction,
life instruction. Like,
cool,
I think that would be dope. Really noted. Anyways, I also had that entire part down there.
yeah,
Highlighted as well. I'm gonna take after where it says find someone whom you don't have to change at all.
Wow,
It is much easier to find someone who is already the way you want them instead of trying to change that person, like you said.
I don't know,
Also, that person must love you just the way you are. So he or she doesn't have to change you. As a person who I've been in lots of relationships, and in some relationships, people have wanted me to like be less of myself in order to like be in a relationship with them.
How did that work?
I mean, I'm not with them no more, so. But I'm saying that those are relationships where people try to change me, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No worries. So it's like, I've also, and to go back to, I had a funny point, because I have so many stories, but I.
Oh, I threw it out. You want a napkin?
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah. Missed that conversation, I'm sorry.
So it's like, I used to date a guy who treated his mother like a loan, like a bank with no promises of paying her back. That's exactly how he treated his mother. He
Wow.
treated me the same way.
Like a bank?
Yeah,
Wow.
but here's the thing, like, I didn't know until like around the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Well, he just said, you know, how he treated his mother. He treated,
That's how I know it's true.
Right.
'Cause I'm like, I literally witnessed someone like
right.
be trash to their mom and then like act like they were great to their mom. Like I had no idea. And then I'm trying to understand like, why do I feel so used and ridiculous and abused? And I go to find out, oh, you're doing the same thing to your mom. Like, duh. But even in that relationship, right? Like this person tried to change me. There's a lot of relationships that I've been in where people want to change me, and there's relationships I've been in where I have wanted to change other people. Right? If you could just be like this, if you could just be like that, right? And that's also an assumption. It's an assumption to think that if someone was something else, that it would be different. Because they might be that thing and still be the same.
True.
Right? Like, oh, I want this person to be more considerate. Okay. If they're more considerate, it doesn't mean that they are specifically be considerate about you.
That's true.
Because everyone has the ability to choose what they're gonna consider, they're gonna consider and when, where, all that shit, you know?
Right.
So it's like, that's the case, then like we can't,
Make assumptions.
yeah. If
Don't try to
something
make
was
it
different,
fair,
and
right.
even if the path was different, if this would have gone a certain kind of way, like. From where we are, yes, it looks like if it wouldn't have gone that way, it would be so different. But what if it didn't matter? Like, what if it didn't matter at all, and everything would actually all be the same? And so there does come, I feel like, a lot of peace with the idea of not making assumptions about things, because then it's like, oh, I can stop like rewinding this tape that I have, of, like what could have been, should have, would have, right? And
That's
like,
exhausting.
right, it's like running on a treadmill with no buttons. Like,
I was gonna say, that is exhausting. Thinking that, you know, if I did this, this would happen, or that, oh my goodness.
because the if is the assumption, right?
Right.
If it could have been. So I do,
About things to do.
yeah, you really do have to consider what you're doing and consider why you do it.
Pretty good.
Well, you really gotta think about that.
Consequences.
Yes, because the consequences are consequences can be wild. You have to consider the cost, okay? Consider the cost and be like, all right, do I have this in my bank account? Like, can I afford
To do this, right?
to do this?
Or is rent gonna be paid if I do it, you know?
Like, am I about to, is it gonna take me out or not, you know? So I think it was a really important point about like not being with people who want to change you, or not being someone who you want to change people. And just let people be. And it kind of, something my somatic therapist has told me and would say right now, is like, you know, you have to respect people's sovereignty. You know, everyone is sovereign within themselves, and when we make assumptions about people, places, and things, we take away that sovereignty. Then they no longer like are participating. It's all what we think and what we, you know, can envision, as opposed to like what is actually happening with this person, or if we had the courage to ask questions, right? They may be really hard questions, but if we had the courage to ask them, then maybe that would really help. Help us not make assumptions, because then we so many, we asking enough questions, we won't have to make assumptions because the people will tell us. And if they don't tell us, you know, like, what someone lying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all right, let me stop barking up this tree. It's not gonna like get me closer to anywhere, right? And so I really think that, an amazing point he made about being courageous and asking questions. This is on like page 68. He says, this is at the top of the page, he says, it is not important if the answer is correct, just if the answer itself makes us feel safe. That's why we make assumptions.
Make it so say whether it's right or wrong. Interesting. Interesting. Wow.
Any thoughts, any feelings, anything come up for anybody when they hear that?
Make it feel safe.
I think it's interesting because it almost plays into this idea that you want people to lie to you. Taking it out into the political realm, and so post recently I was talking about Donald Trump and all the things he's done, which really, zero sum total for benefiting folks, but it makes a number of people feel safe because it plays into their hatred. And so if you can play into someone's fears, then they gravitate to that because it makes them feel safe in some way, because it supports them in their own fears and hatred. So saying, I really don't want the truth, I just want what makes me feel good, what reaffirms me.
I recently did Kathy before I came here, went to, and there's a homeless guy that's there, like, as a routine. So I think I have one of my parents said, don't give him money, and then the other one said, don't make judgment, it's, just because he's homeless, you don't know why he's homeless. And I looked at it, I was like, it's the twins, they fight each other. So I'm like, one is saying one thing, the other, it says, well, don't judge if you don't want to give, you don't make a judgment on somebody just because of what their situation is. Right, and so she gave him $1, I was like, wow, I was like, that's heavy, so you don't know people's situation or assumptions.
That's
And
what
then
they
make it
young
stay.
like that.
Yeah, make it fair.
Say that.
Yeah. I was like, wow, interesting.
It's true.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah. You never know until you ask. Right, exactly, and then the same, and I was under the premise that, oh, if I give them money, they're gonna take it for drugs. And then I thought about it when she said, she's like, maybe he's not gonna take it for drugs, maybe he's really hungry now. And I'm like, oh, okay, you just make an assumption. I'm like, wow. Then I read this, I was like, okay. Then I get in my head, boom, boom,
Well, if I'm, when I say I help people, and they got that feedback, give you that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
true.
true. Right.
So it's all negative.
No, not at all, not at all. It don't make
You can't,
Yes, I know.
don't,
Don't help it, so.
trying to let a person hang themselves sometimes. And save a person also.
interesting.
Never know what that person might be at when you need to be saved.
Wow. Wow.
You know what?
Wow.
You're agree.
I'm telling you, he's got so much, wow.
I watch, that's what I always say to myself, I'm more the observer. I walk around, I observe.
Uh-huh.
I don't look for trouble, I don't look, no, I observe. Anywhere I go, I observe. I observe. Stuff.
Just by looking,
Mhm.
not saying anything, just observing.
No, observe.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think eventually people will show you and tell you who they are, if you observe, if you watch, without judgment.
Yeah. That's interesting, wow.
Talk to you, hit you in the head with a lot of lies, never hit you with the truth. That's because
Just to get what they want?
some people respect lies more than they respect truth.
Yeah, just to get what they want, or you think it's basically it?
That's
Yeah.
because they get used to other people respecting their lives.
Uh-huh.
I don't respect lies. People tell me the truth. I know when you lie. I'm telling you.
That's the
I'm gonna look at you, Leon, and tell you, you lying, I'm gonna say what you lied about. You don't be like, oh, this boy spooked me out. I'm very observant. I don't like the line. Just be true.
So let me ask you a question. how would you deal with like the younger brothers, that's out there in the street? That, would you be able to distinguish between them? What,
I graduated, programs,
uh-huh,
training the kids, seeing kids on the street, bringing programs and talking to them.
did you,
Yeah, I did a lot of things, youth football with them and that.
did you observe who you could save and who you couldn't?
Yeah, I love it, actually, that's what I was trying to do. I like working with kids, real good. I done brought a lot of people that was struggling on the street up on these programs, and then I was really decent to that lifestyle. Dang, I seen opportunity, I said, if I could save people, you do that. Except for me being out there, hitting poison in people's body, I said, oh, I got tired of it. That ain't work, I come out here crazy. I started doing it. It's like a program downtown, it's like 4 different programs. Graduate every month. I go in there, ask questions. I'm going there, close my eyes, ask questions. I learn, graduate here, how this, and did it. So, I do a lot of things with kids. A lot of stuff.
I think that's what called.
Parents saw me.
That might be your
something
fault.
go wrong, like my
That could be.
nephew called me. I
Yeah.
sit and talk to them. Go outside around here, go football, to the park. Yeah. Kids just love me. It's crazy. They love the side.
When we had our youth day, Carrie was like the group leader. Great, I mean, the kids came here, you like, all tough stuff, and like, I'm gonna be.
Kids are always like that.
But by the time they were finished, they were like relaxed and just really had a great time.
Wow.
That's what I don't put pressure on you.
Okay,
I'll let you do it. I'll sit back and let you do what you gotta do. I'm gonna be there, but I'm not gonna do too much. I wanna see what you people are doing.
you gotta get a grant, we gotta get a grant for him, as a youth counselor here. Yeah,
I like
because
that.
that's your
I
calling,
like kids.
that is your
I wanna
calling,
work with kids.
wow.
And that's where I was just talking to my mother about that yesterday.
Yeah,
About kids.
Uh-huh.
And
what,
so I go indoors for that. I said, I'll do that. Football, playing, and
Yeah.
chilling with them. I'm goofy. I'm goofy. I'm real goofy. I play a lot. They just had to tell me last night to sit down. They said, sit down, I'm playing too much. So, I was outside running around.
wow,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's because I lost, I lost most of the kids. I lost 12 kids. I only had 13 kids. I only had 13. I lost 8 with the one I got on with now. Lost my twins. I lost,
Really?
Iris, yeah, girl, the one I got one with now, she taking pills. And I ain't know nothing about it. So she can make it 4 months. After, when she made it 4 months, they passed away. I lost 2 kids in my hand and everything.
Oh, that's dramatic, yeah. That
Came
is,
out, got stabbed up my head, came back out 3 days later. I wasn't even functioning, I had to get on really bad numb. That's why I got a call, I had to rush to the hospital, I had to rush to the hospital, baby in my head and everything. My baby, my LP, passed on and I lost baby on Christmas, and I lost her in the father.
wow, you had a set of twins?
Yeah, boy and girl.
Wow,
That would have been my baby mother, that was my first baby mother that had my twins. She got killed when I was in PA. I was coming back from PA, going to see her.
uh-huh,
And when I went up there, I seen the cops and everything up there on the phone, straightening up stuff off the ground, but I ain't think nothing. So I went and screamed her name. My mother came to the window like, oh, you do it to my daughter. She started crying, so I was like, what's wrong? Rather than hug her. That's how I am.
Right, right.
She started wrong, I started
Right.
hurt. But
right,
rather than hug her, what's wrong? So I don't want to take, I don't want you to go back to doing the free. I said, I just know that. I just got my head. Set up the street, set up the street. And it straight my beam on the splash there, and then on the brown spraying, water hose, and then
wow.
that's when I snapped. I went back to my old ways.
And she had a set of twins from you?
Yeah, she was pregnant with twins.
Oh, my Lord.
Then they put on the thing, when my mother got to the hospital, they told her they could have saved the kids, but cops left out there too long. They could have took the babies out, put it on the machine.
Wow.
So, me, I wasn't thinking around that time. I went to the police station. I said, look, y'all don't do your job, you're gonna be the next cops out here. We're coming for you and the people that do that.
Wow.
They come out and did their job, they came out and did their job. But I ain't go looking for them, I say, you know what, I just told them that, but I snapped, like I went out looking for the dudes, 3 times straight, surf, foster, but ended up like, you know what, I thought, I said, can't do that. So one thing that's what I'm gonna do is make a toss a turn. I said, and then I got my number, so when I go up there, I'm seeing him again. You know, I'm not gonna go out here and kill this man and do something. So when I die, I can't go up there and see my kid, my loved one. You know what, Demon, you got it.
Wow.
You gonna see how I feel though. He did that, he got caught, and his brother got killed a couple weeks later.
Wow.
Our father. Yeah. He couldn't hold back no more, he lost. And he killed one before his brother. Couldn't get to the boy, waited for the boy to come out the court, got his brother.
No way.
Yeah, he lost, he blacked out, he had a blackout.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah, I've
better
been-
story.
I've been-
You
I've
got
been-
better story than Tyler Perry on series. I'm
telling you. Well, let me tell you right now,
My father died when I was 7.
I'm like intrigued.
My mother's side of the family is white, so my father passed 97, they said they don't mess with the niggas. I let them go. My father passed, my father's side of the family talking about they hope I die so they can burn the next month on. So I'm out here on my own right now, only one I'm over here, cause I got a baby with their family, I'm really considered home. I just stay right here, 'cause I got a baby with their family. And, you know, I go through a struggle every day, still do it, I'm good. Sometimes I be like on a while, but I'm like, can't.
Right.
But you really folks that need to trust your story and your
I
wisdom.
get up 6:30 when I come out, walk around, walk. Just clear my mind, and I go back into the house, I listen to motivation speeches, like French Shelton.
oh my
Yeah.
God,
That's my
I
role model.
love Trent Shelton.
Yeah, I look up to him, that's my role model. He the one that really made me open my eyes and change my life for me.
Ooh, I
Really?
love that.
That's my role model, I love him. I look at him as a father.
You ever met him? You ever went to any of his
No.
events?
I love to, that's my role model. I really look up
Maybe
to.
once when he comes.
You know, my mother, I look up to the most.
Huh?
I look up to my mother the most, but I look up to them. I
That's
look up to
awesome.
them, so.
That is awesome. I never heard of
Yeah,
that.
Trent
Yeah,
Shelton,
Trent Shelton
he's
is
real.
super dope. He used to be in the NFL, right?
Yeah,
Played in the NFL.
yeah,
And then he started doing motivational stuff, like he really helped me to,
yeah, he proud.
yeah, he really helped me to, probably like when I was about to be. He's bad. I remember
He's bad, man.
yo,
He's big, definitely going with.
I'm definitely gonna put him on. Yeah, look him up.
You know.
yeah, Trent Shelton, and he has like books and stuff like that. With like,
Steve Harvey, another one of my. Look up, Cedric, look up Cedric. Look up
So
Survivor.
what's our next book gonna be?
We have to talk about it when we finish tonight. Do we have any suggestions?
You just said about Trent Shelton.
Well,
I
we have
mean,
another
that's
week.
more of like
Yeah.
a. Trent Shelton is like the book, I don't know, does he have like a memoir kind of book? I'm a memoir girl, so if people like to read about people's lives and talk about it, which is not really gossip if they read a book, if they wrote a book. And
And they got another one, like Eric something.
Oh,
Another good one. Actually,
dang, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the last name, but I know who
Eric
it's.
something, yeah.
Yeah. Can't remember.
They good.
Yeah.
I like watching movies.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. That's how I feel about TED Talks. Like
Yeah,
TED Talks for me are like
yeah,
really
I like TED
motivational. And it's like Cheryl Lee Ralph had the TED Talk about how to believe in yourself. And first of all, she looks so good in that TED Talk. She had on this like blazer tailored lilac purple suit with like gems all over it. It was like, it was beautiful. I was like, Cheryl Lee Ralph. Like, I don't know, like,
Oh, Cheryl Lee Ralph, that's
Yeah.
yeah, with Dream Girl.
yeah, Dream Girl,
Oh.
also Abbott Elementary.
Oh, okay.
I also watch a lot of like roundtables, like actor and director roundtables that are kind of inspiring because like people in the entertainment industry who are acting or who are in production, they go through so much. Especially if they're Black, especially if they're small, especially if they're, like, there's so many different like factors and intersections in entertainment.
Tyler Perry is good, another one.
Oh my God, I just watched Tyler Perry from at Lakewood,
Homeless, it's fun.
yo, yeah, it's really what, like, it's,
So, when I'm hearing this, is like, when it's your time, God gives you your time, it's gonna be your time, okay? So, like, he started off homeless and now he's a multimillionaire in the production and stuff. So what God gives you, it's yours.
Yeah.
So just don't, you don't worry about this,
I'm
this, yeah,
talking my boys,
Yeah.
Like, yo, come back out, makes, I'm like, can't do it.
yeah,
And then they start dissing, like, you a sucker, they won't say it to my face, but they'll say it over the phone. Or
right,
over that, but,
right.
no, I won't even bother
Entertain that.
stepping over that way, or
Right.
I'm probably gonna sing. Like,
God
ain't
has
work.
a plan for you,
I'll do that.
obviously.
But the other ones out there gotta worry about the scary stuff that's going on. out there. I don't gotta worry about that shit. Walk around peace and smell. Good job. I hear, y'all gotta run. Wow. I run over there. I gotta save baby. I go in the house or the park. Like on the other piece of mine is downtown North, excellent part of Riverfront.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, my Lord.
I love that part. I'm down there every day, every morning,
Wow,
every morning with a sheet.
Wow.
Nothing down. I love it.
beautiful, yeah.
It's beautiful, artwork, everything. I do a lot of romantic stuff on myself. I do.
I mean, as you should, you should.
I buy lunch meat, take my blanket, I go to the park. And people look at me, I had a conversation with myself and everything, but I know I ain't gonna tell myself nothing wrong. I speak to my else, they tell me anything. I speak to myself, I ain't gonna tell myself something wrong, I'm gonna tell myself something I wanna hear. You can do it, you can do it. I listen to my I tried it, it ain't giving me.
Good, I love it. That's all.
I feel that.
Oh, it's so awesome.
But walk the park, all the peace,
I think what's so great about your story and what you're talking about is like just the amount of courage that you have had to have and cultivate and exercise in order to make it to where you are. And I think that's a great note to like wrap up on.
Yeah,
over there, they'll argue with me, but they know I don't got nowhere to go like that, so they'll argue with me just so they can tell me, to get the hell out. Like the other day, oh, I didn't want, you gotta leave. I'm defending myself. I don't got nobody, and so anytime I bring food in this house, y'all need my food, I'm from there crying, cause I don't got nothing, y'all sitting here eating. Like, y'all saying y'all wanna see me go back that way, leave my stuff alone. But basically, I'm like trying to play me, and I don't wanna feel like that.
right, taking advantage of it.
You know, it's like,
Yeah, right.
go up there, they'll look at me, smile, like earlier they was eating. Just walk down, put my head down, I ain't gonna put my head on the book, I know that's gonna do.
Yeah, kind
I
of
was
distract
walking,
you,
so, you know,
right,
I'm like, you know what,
distraction.
but I ain't gonna work.
Wow.
So God bless me.
No, don't you worry.
I get blessed all the
Take your
time.
patties, take your patties and your cocoa.
And I think what hurts them now, when they think they hurting me, but they really hurting themselves. I look at them, I smile, I'm like, y'all pray for me. And I'll walk off, I'll go downstairs.
Yes,
I'm gonna like, Aaron Woodard, my son. So yeah, I pray for my enemies. I said,
That's
"Man,
right.
don't worry about it. I pray for you. Demons, not to walk right off. I pray for you. Not to walk right off.
That's such a
Right
read.
away.
oh, Karen, I'm so
Now,
unbelievable.
they can't stand it, you know, now they see me,
I'm going,
it's like they got a shield.
because you keep it real.
Yeah,
That's so awesome. Oh my
I
God.
like it. So I don't have trouble. Sometimes you need somebody in life in your corner, but you want a trustworthy person.
That's right.
to Talk to, the person that's on your page, like.
Right, that's true.
Even if they're the same person that's on your page,
Right.
the person that's been.
Because that's true,
similarly
something, right.
been
So you can experience it a long time.
through. I'm the type like, dude, younger people, yeah, I want to sit and express nothing. I'll block myself out and get up and walk. But I learn from my older crowd. Like I like hanging out older crowd. Like, it's not to learn from a person my age. Like, you see,
Right,
I've been.
but you
in it
know,
all.
you've been there, done that,
Yeah.
right, I hear.
Plus, I always been the type to hang around older crowd. Like when I used to go to bars, I go to older crowd more. I know I can leave out safe and I don't gotta. Once I hear, oh my God, I'm a panic,
Say that to
I'm a
trigger. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in there, tell them lock the door. Lock the door. Then I come in. Yeah, but now I don't even go out no more. How far is my house? My room, that's my piece. There's no lie, but I still wake up to smell. It's God, I still wake up to smell, that's all I know.
That's our assumption, that's our word of the wisdom for the day, Carrie, you done gave it to it.
You better drop the mic.
Yeah.
This is the last thing that I have here. This is page 68. It says, we make all sorts of assumptions because we don't have the courage to ask questions. So
So true.
thinking about this really courageous person we have here. Story
Right.
I've heard,
Right.
and also thinking about like what courage is. And I think I actually said something about courage when we first started.
Yeah.
I was talking about Brene Brown. Courage, like the root of the word cour, COUR, and heart. So courage is about that. And so it's the ending question is like, if you had all the courage in the world, who would you ask the question to? What would the question be? And you don't have to share it with me. You don't have to share it right now. It's just something to think about. If something comes up for you in the time, let me know. I'm gonna pull a card from like my other deck. But the question is, what question would you ask? Yeah, what question would you ask if you have courage? Like if God literally was like, you know what, I'm gonna give you all the courage right now to ask for this one thing. You'll still get a yes or a no. There's no guarantee that whatever you ask is gonna be given. But if you had all the courage in the world, what would you ask? So this deck is, my African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. And just let me see which goddess is coming out. And it's likely that whoever this goddess is might help you with this question. So we got two cards. So I actually pulled this card earlier. Very interesting. So the first card is Situfa, which is the goddess of feeling safe. We're talking about courage. We're talking about what we ask if we have the courage to do it. If you felt safe enough to ask the question, right? Feeling safe also has to do with courage. Sometimes we have to be courageous to like step outside of, our comfort zone in order to feel safe. Like maybe where we're at right now is safe, right? And to get to a place where it is safe, where you need courage. So that's what I can like interpret. And the second card is Mama Lambo, self-sabotage. Can be like into like a Medusa character as well. But yeah, again, the question about courage, right? Sometimes you ever work yourself up to do something and then did something specifically so that the thing that you worked yourself up to do, you
Didn't work
wouldn't-
right.
No, I have done it. I've done it many times. So like, I understand. So this first card is, says great ancestress Tuba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trial. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. Here's her guidance. Again, we're thinking about courage. We're thinking about what will we ask if we have the courage to do it, right? It is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night, and your trip has been long, and there is light ahead, and your liberation is apparent. Embodiment. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. Declaration, I am safe, and it is safe to be safe. And our last card Says the shadow monster, Mama Lambo, is the brain-sucking, snake-like, water-dwelling Zulu goddess of rivers. Here's her shadow guidance. You are holding yourself apart from your blessings. Again, what would we ask if we had the courage to do it, right? What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? Embodiment. Your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and hold your power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is the voice telling you that you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with. Your stuck inner procrastinator and your toxic relationship. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired action can you take today? Declaration, I have compassion.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you all for this, a good conversation tonight. As we close out, just a couple of announcements. One, next week will be our final chapter and discussion on this book. We're looking forward to that. And, we'll celebrate each other for the journey and for going through this. And maybe each of us can bring a thought of, what's the takeaway from the book. And I like that Jessica started tonight with where there's some disagreement. I think it's important that whenever we read whatever, we don't have to take it as gospel. That we can have a conversation with the author and find those points where we agree and the points where we don't. And ultimately, what's the takeaway? What can we move beyond this book? So we think about that for next week. And then I would just like to hear from all of us in terms of if you want to continue with a book study, what kind of topics. I mean, this was great because I like those things that motivate us. And that's what we're here for, the spiritual center. How can we grow ourselves? What can make us think and feel and become our best version of ourselves? So if there's a book or if there's a topic and we can just see what kind of speaks to us as to what the next book will be, and then we'll decide on that. And I just love your sharing, Terry, and
No, it's so,
we want to just encourage you to just stay with,
right,
the calling,
that you have. And
the
you do have.
motivational speakers that inspire you. I mean, that's you, on the stage motivating some of the young folks. So that when you feel like maybe folks are trying to take you off your path, just know that you have a path that you're on because you're called to do what others have done for you to motivate you. And you're called to do that, and you're being prepared for that stage, that platform where others can say, that brother Kerry, he really inspired me. He's the one that I look up to. You don't go through the kind of things you went through for naught,
No, not at all, not at all.
So we just want to embrace that in your journey and encourage you,
Right,
as elders, contemporaries, to just encourage you. Whatever's happening here in the scary movie, you have angels, cloud of witnesses, the scriptures, a great cloud, a host that are covering you on this journey. You just know that.
I love you.
yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, I'm just praying and wow. Only your needs are met.
Everyone,
Yes.
everyone, we came here for you. Brother Jones, you didn't say much tonight. Any thoughts?
It's all right. I like to listen a lot. I listen a lot. You see, like him, you like to observe,
Yeah.
well, that's my need.
Yeah,
I observe a lot, I hardly talk. You say something, I shake my head, I watch you, if I don't like what you say, I just do the same. Just tilt my head somewhere else and look at something else.
okay. Awesome, awesome.
That's wisdom.
Like, you'll always meet plenty of people trying to take you off your track. Like him, he's smart. He knew when they're trying to get him off his track, so he could. But there's a lot of people trying to take you off your track, always trying to set you in a position where you don't want to be. They see you getting away from it, but they're trying to bring it to you. If I used to get mad for that, but then I just cool out.
Because I realized I'll take a JLED. Where I used to move, I
Agility.
realized I could.
Agility.
Because they actually trying to take you and bring you in this spot, so you have to do something. So for them to restrict.
I love it. Remember that agility. Oh, that's an OG. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Jamie, you're just awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Never misses, discussion, not miss one.
There's no deal to three,
No.
there's no deal. We'll be able to have some, I live in my life, I've been more one. I just turned 55 years yesterday,
You turned 55?
yesterday,
Yesterday was your birthday?
not that is, yes.
Oh, yay, 9/11. Wow, that was crazy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday. Wow.
Double five.
Right.
My birthday weekend, I saw my son Saturday. My brother wanted to drop my son off, we went out to the buffet, eat, how about that? I had good time.
That's wonderful.
And then that Thursday, my niece took to the buffet, went in on Route 10, that's the one downstairs, she took me there, it was nice, I had good time.
Okay.
Went home, she cooked, she made my favorite liver, she said, and cabbage and rice. She said, I made your favorite dinner.
Oh,
I was surprised, I ate, but you know, I love liver. Some people don't like liver, I love it. People, onion, or
And my
maybe
mother-
rice,
my grandma used to cook that, yeah.
Good.
I love that.
So take
Yeah,
that
good birthday,
with
yeah.
some onions and, yeah.
Uh-uh.
So we have this, you garage sale?
Yeah, I want to
Where
make
is
that
that?
Oh, yeah,
announcement,
they're having something this Saturday.
next
Oh,
Saturday,
the 24th?
the 23rd is.
Third.
Saturday.
Oh, the 23rd, from 12 to 3, okay.
Yeah, so,
Alright.
Friday, when we're here, we can just talk a little bit more about organizing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Ben will be able to come because
Yes.
I want to be able to have some hot dogs.
Yeah, he'll be there, he'll be
We're gonna
around.
have a table,
Yeah.
and kind of have multiple things.
But you said you wanna basically clear out that,
Yeah, we're gonna get all of that stuff, we're gonna have it out on the table. So, I mean, it'll be a small amount.
yeah,
And what I said was whatever money we raise from the flea market.
Right.
we use our children's ministry.
okay, all right,
So that'll be to help us continue to, have,
events and stuff.
events and things for
Right.
young people, for
Okay.
the children.
All right, so, is there a lot of stuff in there that has to get rid of? Terry?
Not really, most of it's like all garbage, all that.
Well, the garbage, that's just gonna stay, but the stuff that we're putting out for the flea market.
There's a couple things.
You can't put it out the bulk, the garbage?
No, I have to get a truck.
Yeah,
I have to get it done.
You know what? No, I have, one of Malik friends work for the Newark, no, I have to call myself Malik, because one of them worked for sanitations in Newark. And I remember when he was getting ready to dump stuff at his house, and he called him and he bought the garbage truck. I have to call him.
Yeah, if you can.
And
come
forget-
before,
and then- and
we can
have
get
them-
the garbage is packed up. The other stuff we'll put out on the table.
And he picked it up and everything.
And.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the chairs, the furniture, the electronics, yeah, so I hope you'll come.
yeah, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah, we're gonna have some hot dogs, I figured that's easy. Some hot dogs and sodas that we'll just give away, and some lollipops for the kids. And maybe we can get the refrigerator cleaned out before then, so we can just, have some stuff in there, but, just make it a nice, fun day.
Yeah.
And just open it up for the community.
Oh, Steve, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll start wrapping up, but yeah, well, let me just, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Join us next week, will be our last week, and then we'll let you know for the future. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Okay.
And there's more beef patties. Julie, those were delicious.